Hey, what's up guys? Today we are making collard greens. Collard greens are a dish that I did not grow up with. I did not discover them until I started visiting the southern US, and I'm pretty upset that I missed out on this delicious, delicious dish for so many years of my life. But now that I know how to make it, it's one of the most craveable side dishes out there. Collard greens may not get a great rap everywhere, but they're just so incredible. It's basically fibrous greens that are cooked down low and slow in a pot with a seasoned liquid, and you could make it as spicy as you wanted to. I, of course, like to make a slightly spicy version, as I do with everything, but I think if you make it this way, you're gonna wind up loving them as much as I do, and it's very easy to make, so let me show you how to make it. All right, let's make some collard greens, my friends. Got my collard greens all set up. Got a few bunches here, and it's about 3 pounds, a little under 3 pounds. Pretty much most recipes will call for about 3 pounds or so. You can see here, collard greens are a very fibrous, leafy vegetable, pretty thick, and they really benefit from like a long, low, slow simmer, so it'll break down and get nice and tender for you. And you can see these stems here, we'll be cutting those out, but first thing you wanna do is you're gonna wash the collard greens because they would have a lot of grit on them from, growing outside and all that. You wanna make sure you get as much of that cleaned off as possible. So let me get this moved over to the sink. Get it nice and rinsed out, and you can use vinegar if you'd like. All right, I got my collards all rinsed out here. I'm gonna dry them off just a little bit. Just use a towel. And you can wash them with a little bit of vinegar as well if you want to get them kind of extra clean, but water's pretty much fine. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and slice up our collards. So you can see this here, they've got these thick stems. And these stems, you can cook them, but they take a lot longer because they're like so thick and extra fibrous. So what you really wanna do is just really simply, you'll use your knife like so, and you'll just kind of slice around it. You don't have to get the whole stem, but just really the thickest part. And you can see how nice and thick that is. And you can save these actually, don't throw them away. These are actually good for making stocks. You can dehydrate them and grind them into a powder. You can pickle these. All right, set that aside, and then I will set the leaf aside like so, and we'll do all these. All right, last one here. Got my big pile of greens. And yeah, you can see how many of these stems I got left. That's quite a lot. Again, great for making stock. You get a lot of flavor out of this stuff. So I'll set this aside. All right, next we're gonna chop the greens here. So you don't have to do them all at once. Kind of an easy way to do it is just to pick up a pile here, and just kind of roll it and slice. Make kind of little ribbons out of it. We'll set it into a bowl. It is a lot of greens. And next we will get our cooking station set up. All right, I got my cooking station all set up here, and I have a large pot set up to about a medium heat. And it's important to have a good large pot for this because there's a lot of collards. So here we're gonna start with a pound of smoky bacon into the pot. And this is gonna be a huge flavor base right here. There's a lot of flavor in this dish. So we're gonna cook this down for roughly 10 minutes or so until the fat renders out of the bacon and it starts to crisp up for us. Bacon, who doesn't love bacon? Patty loves bacon.
It smells so good in here.
Therefore, we are highly compatible. She also likes me, which is really weird. Look at that, getting close. Dude. All right, the bacon is starting to crisp up here, and you can drain off some of the fat if you want to at this point. But next we're gonna go ahead and add, I have a medium-sized onion chopped, and I'm adding a couple of jalapeno peppers. You can skip the jalapenos if you want to, but I won't like you if you do. But you can use milder peppers, like bell peppers are good for a nice flavor base. Or even use hotter peppers, serrano peppers are good. I tend to like spicier things. So I usually use jalapenos, maybe a mix of jalapeno serrano and some other spicy elements that we will add later. But go ahead and cook this down for about 5 minutes or so until the vegetables soften up a little bit. I think we need like a bacon song when we're cooking bacon. Like, bacon, 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 I'm cooking bacon. Something better though. All right, this is all cooking down here. So next we will add some garlic. The gorgeous, gorgeous garlic. I'm adding, I got about 4 large cloves here, and you can really add as much as you want. Garlic is one of those amazing things, of course, so you can smell the gorgeous garlic bloom. But also I'm adding a pound of smoked ham. And collard greens is one of those recipes that really benefits from nice smoky meat. And you can use other smoked meats. I've made this with ham hocks, smoky andouille sausage, smoked turkey legs are great here. Pretty much any sort of a smoked meat product is gonna work good in here. Pork is just fantastic though. But here today I'm using a nice smoked ham. And I chopped it up, and go ahead and cook this down for about a minute or so you can, smell the gorgeous garlic blooming. All right, so next I'm going to add some, the recipe calls for chicken stock, but today I'm going to use water with some bouillon. So the recipe calls for 12 cups of chicken stock, but I'm going to start with 4 here, and we'll pour some more in later. Along with bouillon, I love some of this bouillon. This Knorr bouillon is huge on flavor, just delicious. But you can use your favorite, or just use stock. Like so. And I'm going to add a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. This is another one of those ingredients you can kind of add as much as you like. And we're gonna add about a tablespoon of honey, and today I'm using my hot honey. This is a homemade hot honey recipe I did not too long ago. Add to the mix. All right, I'm gonna add some hot sauce as well. This is my homemade habanero hot sauce. I like to make a lot of homemade stuff. And this is really to taste. You can use your favorite brand. You can use a milder hot sauce too. You don't have to go as hot as I tend to. And I also have some chili flakes. Here's about a tablespoon or so of red chili flakes. And you can use a typical brand. And also salt and pepper to taste. You usually kind of get in maybe a quarter to a half teaspoon, but then adjust to your personal tastes. All right, so next we're gonna work in the collards. So start working those in. And it's okay if you can't fit it all into the pot right away because it'll start to break down pretty quickly as we simmer it. So I've got about half of this in there, but I am gonna add a bit more of the water. All right, here's 4 more cups. So here's 8 cups total. Then I'm gonna add another bouillon. And this will break down in the pot as we simmer. And I'll probably add a bit more of the liquid after. But right now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this. And I'm gonna simmer this for just a couple minutes until it breaks down a little bit, and then I'll add the rest in. All right, it's been a few minutes here, and yep, you can see how it's already broken down a bit. Now I can fit the rest of my collard greens in here. We'll just kind of mush it in. Definitely need a big pot. There we go. Just kind of mush this down a little bit. And I'm gonna add a little bit more liquid here. I'm not gonna use the whole 12 cups. I'm using more like more 10. Set that aside. All right, so next, go ahead and cover. And we're gonna simmer this for a good 45 minutes minimum, really. We'll talk about cooking times, and we'll come check back on this at about 45 minutes. All right, guys, a little bit over 45 minutes later, and boom, look at that. You can see the collards, they've darkened in color. A lot of that vibrant green has bled away, and it's cooked through, and you can see it. It's definitely very tender at this point, and you could be done at this point right around 45, 50 minutes. It really just depends on your preference and how done you like your collards to be. At this point, they still have a little bit of a bite to it, but they're definitely very soft. But you could keep cooking this if you want to. Cook it up to an hour or more, or even longer. I've cooked these for 2 hours a lot of times, and they get real tender that way. Some people really love it that way, and a lot of the nutrients will bleed into the liquid, which is called the Potlikker, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But really, it's totally up to you. So cook it anywhere 45 minutes to 2 hours. You cook it your way, taste it, try it out, and see when it's done enough for you. You're the one eating it. So, all right, let's take a look at this Potlikker, though. So this liquid, it's liquid gold. I'm telling you, all that stock and the liquid that we put in there, a lot of that flavor and nutrients gets basically leached into the liquid, the Potlikker. And it's got a huge flavor. You can serve this with the collards a little bit if you want to, almost like a soup. But really, I like to save this stuff, and you can strain it out at the end. There are so many uses for it. You can freeze it, and it'll last a long time that way. A great way to use it is for a base for soups and stews. Add lots of extra flavor. You can make sauces with it as well. You can also use it as something like a vinaigrette. So whisk in a little bit of oil and vinegar, and it becomes delicious on salads and vegetables. So again, so many ways to use it, and I'd actually love to hear some suggestions on how you might use yours. All right, let's give it a taste. Hot. Ooh. It's just such an incredible flavor. I got a nice level of spice in there. You can definitely taste the bacon and the ham. It's absorbed all those delicious flavors and spices. I think you're gonna love this. I love it. Great side dish. That's it, my friends. That is how you make awesome, delicious collard greens. I hope you guys love the recipe as much as I do. And if you're looking for more recipes, I've got a couple of more recipes that are gonna pop up right here for you to check out. I do hope you check them out. But hey, I'd love to hear what you think of the recipe in the comments below, but also what's your favorite way to serve collard greens? I'd really like to know, because I mean, why not? I wanna know, man. So hey, I hope to see you in the kitchen next time. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.